It was good racing. Ryan Blaney there, Kyle Busch, Austin Cindric also was doing a great job giving pushes. All the amazing fans here. Woo! Let's go!
Hey there, race fans. Today we're diving into the heart-pounding action from the NASCAR Cup Series race Ambetter Health 400 at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. This race had everything: drama, suspense, and one of the most unbelievable finishes in NASCAR history. So buckle up, fans, as we break it down, starting from the action-packed race to on-track chaos involving 14 cars and the close photo finish. The Atlanta Motor Speedway, with its recent renovations, provided the perfect backdrop for this adrenaline-fueled showdown. Despite mixed opinions from drivers about the changes to the track, it delivered one of the most memorable races in recent memory. From the very start, this race was a rollercoaster of emotions for drivers and fans alike. We saw record-breaking finishes and lead changes, heart-stopping wrecks, and intense battles for position. But before we dive deep into the action, subscribe to our channel. The Cup Series race at Atlanta Motor Speedway turned quite interesting, as the second race of the season saw a caution just as the race began, on lap 2, after a multi-car crash collected a large portion of the field. The crash began as the field crossed the start-finish line. The outside line checked up behind Todd Gilliland, which created a chain reaction. Austin Dillon's number 3 Chevrolet was the first car sliding sideways, but others behind piled in, including Bubba Wallace, Chase Elliott, Alex Bowman, Noah Gragson, Tyler Reddick, Christopher Bell, Harrison Burton, Eric Jones, Josh Williams, Daniel Suarez, Daniel Hemrick, Justin Haley, Ryan Preece, Ty Gibb, and John Hunter Nemechek. Josh Williams, who was sent behind the wall and could not continue as he was unable to clear the damaged vehicle policy, ending the day with a 37th place finish. Several drivers had to head down pit road for repairs. Bell, who advanced to the Championship 4 in 2023, also headed to the garage area after a lap 10 restart. He later returned to the track but ultimately did not finish, placing 34th on the results sheet. Reddick was able to continue but finished 30th 17 laps down. Gragson was able to return to the track after a stop on pit road. He completed 64 more laps but ultimately headed to the garage with a steering rack issue. According to Fox Sports broadcaster Mike Joy, this was the biggest wreck in the history of Atlanta Motor Speedway.
You get trapped on the bottom like you...
Trouble! One car slides to the infield, Austin Dillon, and they pile up behind him.
I don't know how much damage he has, but there's a bunch of them, folks. Gragson in this, Bell, there's a right rear. I think Austin may get away with just that tire damage.
Yeah, and Clint, as we go back and look at this, you're going to see them all stack up really, really bad in the middle of the straightaway, but there is a ton of cars. What happened was Todd Gilliland trying to make a hole for Michael McDowell to get up in that preferred lane in the middle, stack that whole lineup really hard.
Those guys had nowhere to go, didn't see it, landed right in their lap.
Watch Todd Gilliland, the 38 car right here. He's going to check up to try to make a hole for Michael McDowell, and it checks up this whole line, and all of a sudden that accordion just gets deep.
Folks, you just saw the biggest pileup in the history of Atlanta Motor Speedway. 16 cars involved.
Let's move on to the record-breaking finish at the Atlanta Speedway. Despite numerous wrecks, fans witnessed several record breaks at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. The race ended with the third closest finish in NASCAR history. In the race, Kyle Busch raced in line with Daniel Suarez and Ryan Blaney. He occupied the middle, and all three dashed to the checkered flag. While initially everyone seemed confused about who won the race, as the race finished tightly, the review finally declared Trackhouse Racing's number 99 Suarez victorious. On the final lap, defending champion Blaney was driving defensively when Busch made a daring move to his outside. The number 8 driver used a push from Bubba Wallace to create space in the middle of the three-way just, with Suarez holding the outside lane and Blaney on the bottom and Busch in the middle. Daniel Suarez secured his first victory since 2022 and won by a margin of just 0.003 seconds, beating Blaney and Busch.
Here comes the energy, here comes the support from the back, that third row. Where does he block?
Right.
Does he block high? Does he block low? Here it comes, Kyle Busch to the middle, shooting a gap. No help with Kyle Busch.
Oh, Suarez right alongside him, 3 wide. Here they come to the flag, 3 abreast, photo finish.
I think it's Blaney. Unbelievable 3 wide finish. Have you ever seen anything like that?
The previous 2 closest victory margins were 0.002 seconds at Darlington in 2003 and Talladega in 2011. With that, it became the closest finish in Atlanta motorsports history as well, The previous closest finish at the venue was held by Kevin Harvick, who beat Jeff Gordon by a margin of .006 back in March 2001. Apart from that, the race set a new record of 48 lead changes in the Cup Series. The previous record was of 46, back in March 2022. There were 6,536 green flag passes throughout the field, with 110 green flag passes for the lead. Quite rare for a 1.5-mile track, right? It also had 14 different leading racers throughout, marking AMS's 5th consecutive race to have more than a dozen leaders. While the trio raced in a way, spending the final corner 3 wide, with none of them breaking away from each other before Suarez took victory in one of the closest finishes in series history.
It was good racing. Ryan Blaney there, Kyle Busch. We wrecked lap 2. Man, I can't thank everyone enough. Trackhouse Racing, Freeway Insurance, Chevrolet, all the amazing fans here. Woo! Let's go!
Typically the third, whoever's behind getting into 3 prevails at the start-finish line with the side draft and everything. So I think I was second to the 12 right there, and the 99 was the furthest back, and he made the ground back up with the side draft. I don't think you could stop. You know, that certainly wouldn't have put us in the right spot either. I don't think. But overall, just real proud of everybody. Damn it, we'll have to do it again and find another one.
I thought I laid back enough in 1 and 2 to kind of not let them both lanes get that big of a run. I did that like the 3 laps before the end. And I was able to kind of manage it fairly well, and they just got both lanes shoving super hard. What a cool finish. Appreciate the fans for sticking around. That's a lot of fun, and race clean, 3 wide finish to the end. So happy for Daniel. That was cool to see, fun racing with Kyle. I can't complain too much when I lose him by that much.
While there was a lot of excitement in the race, there were 2 teams that had to face penalties. Joey Logano, driver of Team Penske's number 22 Ford, was fined $10,000 for modifying an SFI-approved protective glove, as per driver protective clothing equipment section in the NASCAR rulebook. It requires protective gloves to meet SFI-approved specifications.
Now, outside pole sitter Joey Logano will have to drop because of a violation in qualifying. Look at Logano's left glove that he holds up to block the airflow through the open part of the window. Look at the webbing between the thumb and forefinger like a baseball glove. That is modifying an SFI-approved part. That is not permitted. Logano will drop to the rear.
After qualifying second at Atlanta, Logano was sent to the rear of the field for the start of Sunday's race and issued a mandatory pass-through penalty after the green flag. NASCAR also hit Stuart Haas Racing with 2 L1 level penalties after last weekend's race. After NASCAR confiscated the roof rails of the number 10 Ford of driver Noah Gragson and the number 41 Ford of Ryan Preece at the racetrack, it docked both teams 35 driver and owner points in Tuesday's penalty report. As per the NASCAR rulebook, roof air deflectors must consist of parts outlined in section 14.5.6.1. Additionally, they must meet the following criteria: be constructed of 0.05-inch thick aluminum, be installed perpendicular in the applicable slots, must not interfere with the functioning of the roof flaps, and must be painted. As the dust settles on the Better Health 400, one thing is clear: NASCAR fans are in for an unforgettable season. With races like this one, filled with excitement, drama, and heart-stopping finishes, there's no telling what's in store for the rest of the year. So buckle up, race fans, because the 2024 NASCAR season is just getting started. Who knows what thrills and surprises await us at the next race? For more interesting racing updates, hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Until next time, keep the conversations going on Lucky Dog on Track.